Welcome to HRL After Hours. I'm your host DJ, and thank you for joining us on our first episode. We hope you're getting settled in after winter break and ready to kick off spring semester with a bang. To help you get started off on the right foot, we have Cashel and Ari from Wallace Hall here with us today. Welcome, Cashel.
Hi.
All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the RA position. What exactly does an RA do?
So an RA is a resident advisor. So what we do is we're just students who are in your residence halls, and we just help to enforce rules, but also really enforce safety is the biggest thing. We also work to plan events and build a sense of community in our halls.
Some residents have a hard time building community here on campus, which leads us to our next topic, hall programs. How can residents find out about programs happening in their hall?
So one of the more obvious ways is going to be Niner Engage. With that, we are, as RAs, we're required to put our events on Niner Engage. So check out your building's profile on Niner Engage, and you'll find all of the events going on there, including like floor meetings. Another way is that we have flyers all around the building, and they'll be posted up to like a week before an event. So check out those flyers. They might seem to blend in, but they do their job. Also, you can also ask in your floor group me. That's a big one. My coworker and I, we send out like a weekly update list of all the events that are happening in the building.
What do you think residents gain from attending RA events?
It really just depends on the event. So RAs normally host two separate types of events. The first one is going to be a blueprint-based event, so that's going to be a little more educational. You can learn things like DEI, academics, finances, things like that. So you can gain a lot of skills and life skills from those types of events. The other one is going to be social, so you're going to get more of that social interaction, whether it be like a movie night where you're getting some free popcorn. Yeah, just having different events, you're going to meet people you wouldn't have met before, and it's going to be really fun.
How do you recommend students get involved?
I would definitely check out your RA, go to their events, things like that. Your RA is a person. Like, we're very reasonable, we're understanding. We got into this job for a reason. So if you are looking for people to talk to at events, like me specifically, I have certain residents that will come to every single one of my events without a doubt. And so if you're a new resident and you don't know who to really talk to, like, I can definitely point you in the direction of like some people that are really friendly or different organizations and things like that. Definitely Niner Engage is very helpful. You can join a bunch of clubs. More than a couple of clubs throughout my years here at Charlotte, and that's how I made a lot of great friends.
One last topic we have to discuss is roommate relationships. All right, Cashel, give us an example of a roommate conflict that you've encountered as RA.
So most of my residents, for the most part, get along pretty well. I've experienced like one roommate conflict in my 2 years of being an RA. The one that I dealt with was regarding a bathroom, and it was a resident was taking too long of showers, and their roommates did not appreciate that. And with it, the biggest thing is talking to your roommates. That's going to be how you're going to avoid a lot of fights as just a person living on campus and a person living with another person. Most people who have siblings know this, but not everyone does. So with that, just talking to your roommates, filling out your living agreement is also very helpful, because that's there for a reason. But with that specific incident, the resident didn't feel comfortable unlocking the main door of their bathroom because they're showering. Showering's a very vulnerable position. Understandable, but they only had one bathroom in the shared space. And so the other residents were like, what if I need to use the bathroom? What if I need to get ready for something? So it was an issue because those showers were like 45 minutes long. And so we were able to come down to a solution of shorter showers, and letting your roommates know before you shower, just so that they know that there is that like 10 to 15 time period where they weren't able to get into that bathroom.
So what are some tips that you have for residents to help them navigate difficult conversations?
A lot of people are scared of confrontation. That's a really big thing. So if you're feeling uncomfortable with something, there's a good chance your roommates are also feeling uncomfortable with something. So just going and having that conversation, being like, hey, the dishes are piling up in the sink a little bit. Can we make sure that those are put away within a day of you using them? Something as simple as that, and the living agreement really does help with that. If you feel like super uncomfortable, talk to your RA and say, hey, I haven't talked to my roommates yet, but I just want to game plan with you and see what I should say and how I should go about that conversation to have with my roommates, because just knowing what you're going to say beforehand also can help. Worst case, if you go and you talk to your roommate and they are not listening and not receptive at all, go to your RA again and we can schedule a remediation. We don't really want to do those because we want you guys to be independent enough to figure out your problems on your own. However, it happens. Sometimes just life gets the best of us. So with that, we just want to make sure that you are all feeling safe in your environment.
Now that we learned about the RA position, let's move on to rapid fire questions. All right, Social 704, Sylvie.
Social 704.
Favorite study spot?
7th floor of Atkins.
Hall event with pizza or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Student union or cone?
Student union.
Bus or walking?
Walking.
Which is worse, the Sack Stairs or the Hill on Craver?
The Hill on Craver.
Fall or spring on campus?
Fall on campus.
Who would win the fight, Norm or the Geese?
The Geese got Norm, sorry.
All right, moving along to our next segment, No Dumb Questions, Safety Edition. During this segment, we're going to ask our guests questions that have been submitted by our residents. The first one, Mallory talks about not allowing tailgating. What is that?
So tailgating is letting someone else behind, like in the door behind you. So with that, it's you're opening the door and you walk in and the door doesn't close and someone else walks in. We don't want that because we don't want people who don't live in the building to come into the building.
You have a wristband?
No.
Why you can't get in? You need a wristband.
For the free?
No, I'm not gonna mess with you for the free. I don't even know you.
So why can't I prop open my door?
That relates a little bit again to tailgating, but also another reason for fire safety. Fire often takes longer to spread through closed doors. So if that door is closed, there's less likely a chance for it to spread into your bedroom.
Why do I have to leave the building during the fire alarms?
So that's for your safety and fire marshals, I believe. So with that, everyone is required to leave the building, even your RAs and the REC, who is in charge of that building. So we all have to go out and go to that meeting point that is established for my building. It's behind gates by Belk and Miltmore. And it's just in case there's like any explosions, any actual fire or fire that's going to spread.
And we're gonna let it burn.
Why do RAs check our rooms?
So health and safeties are to make sure that no one has anything illegal, any prohibited items, anything that might cause a fire, anything that's preventing a fire alarm from going off, things like that. We want to make sure that everyone is safe, hence the health and safety. Even like before break, we check your rooms just to make sure that in case you did leave, if you left a bag of trash in there with some fruit in there, you're not going to come back to a whole nother roommate living in your apartment.
Thank you, Cashel, for joining us and being our first guest here. You're always welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you for joining us for our first episode of HRL After Hours, where we talk about all things housing and residence life at Charlotte. We'll see you next time. To submit anonymous questions to our No Dumb Questions segment, visit our website housing.charlotte.edu/HRL After Hours. As always, go Niners.